Good afternoon, Fighting Irish fans. Come on, you can do better than that. Let me hear it. Thanks for being here with us today at Football Fridays at the Act, sponsored by Guinness. Guinness. You know, you can have a Guinness next door, just letting you know, later on when you're a little bit warm. I'm Dolly Duffy, the executive director of your Notre Dame Alumni Association, and I can't even tell you, I'm like a little kid. I'm so excited for this next interview. She was an All-American point guard for the Irish women's basketball team. She helped lead Notre Dame to its first national championship as a player in 2001. She was an integral part of the coaching staff that took the Irish to 7 Final Four, 7, and the 2018 national title. Oh, wait, I'm not done. Then after a year as an assistant coach in the NBA with the Memphis Grizzlies, she returned here to her alma mater to take over as Muffet McGraw's successor as the Karen and Kevin Keys family head women's basketball coach in April of 2020. Please welcome Niele Ivey.
Thank you. Thank you. So happy to be here.
So, thanks for being here.
Of course.
How is the semester going so far?
It is amazing. It is a little bit of more normalcy, you know, with COVID restrictions, so it feels normal compared to last year and having everybody on campus. And we just started practice yesterday, so practice number 1, and it went phenomenal. It was awesome. We had the summer, so I had the team here this summer, and when I got the job, I didn't have the opportunity to have them on campus, and so we had an incredible summer, and again, just so excited. The energy is so contagious. They're so positive and so excited for year 2 for me.
So you alluded to when you got here, you didn't get to have a summer. I mean, it was the craziness of the pandemic. You start this huge job in the midst of all of it, and every first year is always a little different, but you had to navigate all of this in a season like no other. What was that like for you?
Ooh, it was challenging, to be honest. It was really challenging. But I had, luckily, I have a great relationship with Coach McGraw, and I leaned on her and her wisdom and guidance. And I think, as we all did, you know, we just had to figure it out. It was a lot of unknown, a lot of uncertainty. And I have an incredible staff that helped support me, incredible administration and family. And we all got through it. You know, we just kind of learned along the way. And I had a very resilient team. And we just try to navigate through it. And again, I was just blessed and excited that we had the opportunity to play, because I know a lot of schools didn't get a chance to play. So we were just grateful for that. So every day we just, you know, just try to stay healthy, and was just grateful to be here on campus and to play.
So you're no stranger to coaching. You were an assistant coach and associate head coach under Muffet for a total of 12 years. So did that make the transition to taking over as a head coach easy? Did it make it hard? Tell me about it.
Yes, well, the expectation of Notre Dame and is the standard that I've always known, and so I felt like Coach McGraw really helped me position myself here for this role. I feel like every year she gave me a little bit more, and I didn't really know what she was doing at the time, but she was preparing me for this role, and I'm so grateful for that. I'm so blessed for that, to have someone in her leadership and someone that's so empowering that really helped me transition. I guess it's never easy taking over from a Hall of Fame coach, but I just feel like I have so much support and love here, and Coach McGraw gave me great advice. She's like, just be yourself. You know, I love this university. I'm very passionate about Notre Dame, and I'm passionate about this program, and I just came in with that energy and that spirit and that desire to win and to be excellent, and also to mentor our players.
So you and I have one big thing in common, and it certainly isn't going to be that I'm a basketball player. As a matter of fact, after the last national championship, the coaches were kind enough to give me, and I wore it today, a national championship ring.
Yes.
Right? So I got the ring, and I was so excited. I come from a basketball family, and I took a picture of it, and I texted my siblings. And within 3 seconds, one of my brothers fired back, "Wow, you were the worst basketball player in the family, and you got a ring." But what we have in common is we both followed legends. Mm-hmm. And that's a tough position to be in. But I liked how you talked about looking back and realizing that Muffet had been preparing you all along. What's one example of something that you now say, oh, now I know what she was doing?
I have many examples,
you?
but one it was 2015. We were in the Elite Eight, and it was a timeout. We're down one. And in the timeout, she came. We were huddling, and she gave me a lot of autonomy and gave me a voice. And she always listened to my advice. And I brought in a lot of plays and drills. And then literally it was like 8 seconds, and she looks at me, and she goes, "What do you want to run?" And I was like, but it was. I mean, she's done that before, but in that moment, I realized, I was just like, wow. And then I suggested something, and it was just the fact that she trusted me in that moment. 8 seconds left, down one. He got the ball to Enrique, and she ended up missing the shot. But in hindsight, I realized like that was a big moment for me. I was associate head coach, but it was also I was in a moment where she trusted me to help her with the decision, and I will always be grateful for that because it just allowed me to realize, like this is my path, this is my purpose, and I'm prepared to be able to make those decisions. And so this transition now, I stand in front of this team as their leader, but I've been in very uncomfortable moments and moments that has really grown me as a coach, and I'm always grateful for Coach McGraw for that moment.
So I'm curious, now that you're the head coach and you think about what was one of the big surprises when you'd never been the head coach, but you'd been so exposed to the program, was there anything where you went, oh, I had no idea?
Well, because there's so many things that you have to deal with. And I remember Coach McGraw always talked about when we started practice, she was so excited. Like, I can't wait to practice. And because there's so many other things that she has to do and so many hats she has to wear as a head coach of, speaking and, managing staff and so many different things that she has to
do an interview.
And then, so when she came to practice, she was like, that was the basketball part. The purest part of coaching is being able to lead and coach and be on the floor with the players. And that was one thing that I go back and I was like, I understood what you meant when you said, can't wait to practice and how important practice is. But there's so many things that you get a chance to be grateful for, and just being able to be on the floor with the girls is the biggest joy for me.
That's great. So in recent years, the women's basketball program has been a leader on this campus when it comes to issues of justice. Mm-hmm. Tell us a little bit about how some of that has come about and how you think about it.
Yeah, well, I feel like Coach McGraw, again, the foundation is in the standard has been set, and as a player, Coach McGraw did a great job of just empowering us, bringing in powerful women and women in leadership roles, or getting out in the community. I think she did that a lot as a player and as assistant coach, and so I've had that blueprint of how to lead. And so for my team, I'm really big on service, and I feel like one of my missions is to love, to serve, to mentor, and service is the biggest part of it, and to give back to the community. And social justice is just part of giving back to the community, and I think that's important, and that's something that has been instilled in me as a young woman, and it's something that I want to instill in our players, to be able to empower them for whatever justice or whatever it's important to them, to be able to speak up and speak out about that.
That's great. Let's go back to your playing days for a few minutes. Most people are going to point to the 2001 national championship. But there were a lot of firsts in your time here on campus. I'm going to read them. The program's first Big East championship, first Sweet 16, Elite 8, and Final Four appearances in 1997, a school record of 34 wins in that title season. Those are huge. Those are seminal moments. What were your most memorable moments as a student athlete during that time?
Yes, for sure, the championship, because that was back in my hometown, and I overcame 2 injuries, and so I had to sit for almost a year and a half, battling an ACL injury, so not being able to play, and to come back my 5th year winning in front of my home crowd and my family and all the support that I've had back in St. Louis. That was the most memorable experience, and I came here for a degree. I wanted to get a degree from Notre Dame, and I wanted to bring the first national championship here. And so to be able to do that my last year back in my hometown was the most memorable experience for me.
It kind of all came together at that point.
It all came full circle for me.
That's great. Well, and you're no stranger personally to collegiate athletes. You've got one your son Jaden. Is he a sophomore already?
He is a sophomore.
And he plays basketball at Purdue?
Yes.
So what's it like for you to watch him and see him following in your footsteps as a player?
It is such a joy for me because I just always wanted Jaden to have passion for something. So whatever that is. And so to see his hard work and his passion for the game of basketball, for him to live out his dream, he wanted to play in college. You know, he has dreams and aspirations to continue playing, but the biggest thing for him was to go to college to play basketball and to watch it happen and to see so much of his hard work paying off. It's been really rewarding, and I'm just so proud of him and what he's doing and impacting the game and his teammates, and just his time at Purdue has been really inspiring for me.
So what's he majoring in?
I think he wanted to major in business.
Good.
So
Good for
he's
him.
sophomore. I know he's still kind of navigating which lane to go in.
So you're no stranger with Jaden, with others, into really working with young women, in this case, and from the WNBA on, Olympic teams, all of it. Skylar Diggins Smith, Jewel Lloyd, Lindsay Allen, Arike Ogunbowale. Did I say that right?
Yes, you
I
did.
practiced it. And others. How does it feel now to be looking at their success and know that you had a hand in it?
Again, proud. I feel like I'm a mother to Jaden, but I'm a coach and also a mother to our players here. And so I felt like a proud mom, and to see them, again, accomplish the things that they aspired to accomplish. We've talked about these goals. I've talked about the goals with Arike and Skylar. You know, they, outside of to win a national championship, they wanted to play professionally and they wanted to be gold Olympians. And to see that come to life has just been very rewarding. I'm so proud of them, and I'm so proud of how strong they've become and how they've impacted just the game of women's basketball and just the communities and just being role models. It's really inspiring to see the growth and transition for them being young women, and then to see them lead in life has been really, really amazing to see.
So I'm getting the high sign because can you imagine that Coach Ivey has something else she needs to be doing? But just
I was happy to be here, though.
Yeah, just really quickly, tell us just in a few sentences what is the team? You have a young team.
Yes.
Tell us how they're looking and what are you excited about?
Well, this team is full of energy. They're so exciting to watch. They're hungry. I have two amazing freshmen, a point guard, Olivia Miles, and Sonia Citron, two freshmen that are going to make immediate impact. I have a transfer, Maya Dotson from Stanford. She's a post player, and she's very, very athletic and extremely talented. And so I would say, just in a quick sentence, that we are hungry. We're playing with a sense of purpose. And we're just excited to be together. We're united. That's the one word I feel like we talked about yesterday, and I talked about yesterday, is how we're united. The way we're playing, our chemistry is amazing, and I'm hoping that shows on the court how together we are right now.
That's great. Well, let me know when I can come out to a practice.
Anytime.
Great.
And I hope you guys get a chance to come out and watch our young women, our team play. We would love to have you.
Yeah, a lot of new players, and they need to know and feel the Notre Dame spirit that has always been such an important part of the women's basketball program. And now I believe that you're doing a little recruiting, so we're not going to hold you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you.